Can a morally superior individual commit murder without consequence, believing the act is for the greater good? Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment is the ultimate psychological thriller, charting a student's descent into madness after he attempts to prove his own audacious moral theory. The story centers on Rodion Raskolnikov, an impoverished former student living in the slums of 19th-century St. Petersburg. Raskolnikov, haunted by poverty and arrogance, develops an elaborate intellectual theory. He divides humanity into two categories, the ordinary and the extraordinary. He believes certain extraordinary men, like Napoleon, are ethically permitted to break the law, even to commit murder, if it serves a higher, societal purpose. He views himself as one of these extraordinary men. To test his theory and alleviate his financial distress, Raskolnikov plans and executes the murder of Alyona Ivanovna, an old, ruthless, and universally disliked pawnbroker. In a chaotic, feverish moment, he also murders her innocent half-sister, Lizaveta, who unexpectedly walks in. The crime itself takes only a few pages, but the rest of the novel is the detailed, agonizing documentation of the punishment, not from the law, but from his own shattered psyche. The psychological punishment. Raskolnikov does not feel triumph or liberation, instead, he is immediately gripped by a paralyzing psychological illness. His mind becomes a constant battleground of paranoia, fever, and overwhelming guilt. He struggles to hide the money and the evidence, constantly on the verge of confessing. He is pursued by Porfiry Petrovich, the brilliant, seemingly omniscient police magistrate, who uses psychological manipulation rather than concrete evidence to slowly corner Raskolnikov. Raskolnikov finds his spiritual counterpart and redeemer in Sonya Marmeladova, a young, deeply religious woman forced into prostitution to support her starving family. Despite her outwardly scandalous life, Sonya possesses a profound moral strength, humility, and capacity for compassion. She is the embodiment of true Christian suffering and redemption, directly challenging Raskolnikov's arrogant, self-serving philosophy. Sonya urges him to confess and accept the suffering required to cleanse his soul. Confession and redemption. Driven by his crumbling sanity and Sonya's unwavering love, Raskolnikov finally collapses and confesses his crime. He is sentenced to penal servitude in Siberia. Sonya follows him there, offering him unconditional love and support. In the novel's brief epilogue, Raskolnikov finally begins his long, arduous path toward spiritual regeneration. He realizes that his theory of extraordinary men was not about service but about destructive pride. Crime and Punishment is a profound masterpiece proving that intellectual theories cannot suppress the moral law of the human heart, and that true freedom lies in humility and atonement, not in the transgression of limits. Read this book to discover the eternal battle between reason and conscience. Find the book link below.